Steinhouse, and welcome to Money Chat Now. Money Chat Now is a politically charged stock market pre-show giving you the politics of the day and the biggest moves in the stock market. It is presented with comedic common sense and just the right amount of sarcasm by an expert in financial literacy, and hey, that's me, Larry Steinhouse. Today is Monday, October 17th. I want to welcome you to the show. We are here live on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And you can also find repeats of the show on Rumble and Spotify. Hey, please search Money Chat Now and Larry Steinhouse when you get there, and you can follow me on Spotify. Hey, if you'd like to connect, please go to contactlarry.com. That's contactlarry.com, and there you will find my social media connections, my email, and my text message information as well. That's contactlarry.com. Hey, definitely go there. Contactlarry.com. Take a look at what I got over there. All right, just a reminder, if you're watching online, hit that like button and hit that share button. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook. And you can also find Money Chat Now and the Larry Steinhouse Show on Spotify. So please go there, subscribe as well. Hey, you can comment live during the show on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And please say hi so I know you're watching. If you haven't joined the Money Chat Now fan page, please do so. So that way when I'm in Facebook jail, you can still watch the show. All right, got a couple of people saying hi. We got Tom coming on, and we got Bill coming on. Bill's looks like he's watching from YouTube. Thanks, Bill. I totally appreciate you. And don't forget, go to Money Chat Now and like the page there. And we also have James coming on as well. Hey, we have, we're going to be talking about a couple of things today. We got the market recap. We got the January 6th hearings. We have El Salvador and Bitcoin. And, of course, a topic called Kill the People, Save the Planet. Ugh. Wait till you hear what the Democrats are up to now. Anyway, Money Chat Now is brought to you by Investor Schooling, and you can attend a complimentary class this Thursday by going to investorschooling.com, and there you will learn about real estate investing and stock options trading by those who do it every day. Hey, you definitely want to show up and do this. It's going to be good stuff. All right, I also noticed a couple of other people coming online. My lovely wife Linda's online, and John also watching from YouTube as well. I want to thank the following people for sharing. You guys, a lot of people sharing this as well. I really like that. Thank you so much. We got Betsy sharing it, and I think we had Ken sharing it, and Peter sharing it. Of course, my wife Linda shared it, and I think Barbara shared it as well this week. Please click the share button under the video and share it on your timeline or in a group that you might feel would benefit from it. I totally appreciate it. And also your friends will have a good time watching it too. And it looks like Sandra came online as well. Thank you, Sandra. Sandra, go ahead and share it, all right? Share it on your timeline. Hit that share button. All right, Friday went exactly as I predicted it would go. I told you the market was going to open up strong, and then it would fade away and close down. It closed down 403 points, bringing the Dow below 30,000 again. I really think this is it, the last time we're going to see the 30,000 mark in the Dow. It's going to be the resistance. You know, that's basically what's going to happen over the next couple of weeks because it's earnings season, so the Dow might go a little higher than 30,000. But this year will be probably the last time we're going to see it for a while. I expect the Dow to be down to about 26,000 in February, March, that area, and then when it settles in the range of, probably settle in the range of 26,000, 28,000 for a while, and if the economy goes really bad, 24,000 will be my bottom. If the economy flounders along, you know, the range may be good. You know, I know most of you will be surprised at this, but I really like the idea of the 26,000 to 28,000 range. First of all, ranges make stock option traders happy. They become predictable, and they make the plays predictable. The recession, like I said, is probably going to start around February next year, but it won't mean that 2008 is here again. You know, you will start to see signs of serious layoffs in February, and you will start to feel the pain of the real estate market. This coming spring, of course, will be the beginning of the buyer's market for real estate, but it won't be bad yet. Spring 2024 will be bad for those needing to sell, but the economy will chug along. All the bad news that the Democrats can muster up and manipulate for fear-mongering is definitely happening. Yes, Biden, we have not seen the threat of nuclear war this bad since the Cuban Missile Crisis, as you put it, but you, in this case, are Castro. Getting back to the stock market. The banks did well on earnings announcement on Friday. U.S. Bancorp and Wells Fargo was some of the only winners Friday. First Republic Bank tanked when their earnings report showed that net interest margins were hurt by rising interest rates. Well, duh. Bank of America reports today. I'm also mixed on this one. Banking has been good so far, and there haven't been big default numbers, so this may be a good earnings report from them. Goldman Sachs also reports tomorrow. Again, mixed feeling on that one as well. Many notable technology names are also reporting this week, including Netflix, Tesla, and IBM, Johnson & Johnson, United Airways and AT&T, Verizon, and Procter & Gamble will also be reporting. So once again, earnings season is in full swing, and it usually brings good news to the market. This market can certainly use some good news. I mentioned Goldman Sachs reporting tomorrow, and an interesting headline in the Wall Street Journal today talks about a reorganization plan. That could be trouble for them. Of course, it's a rumor, but we'll watch it. We'll watch the official announcement this week, see if it really happens. Does it really matter, though? Look, if you aren't an investor in Goldman Sachs, does it matter to you? But here's my concern. My concern is that it's signaling layoffs. If they restructure, as it is rumored, they're basically going to combine divisions. So it's likely they will need less staff. This may lead to layoffs. And this move might be to prepare for what they believe is coming. The recession. All right, let's take a quick look at the futures. Maybe we can get a glimpse of news from them. And the Dow is kicking butt right now. It looks like we're up about 321 points. The S&P is up 42, and the NASDAQ is up 141. Not bad. We'll see how that plays out. Real quick, Dan Chatofsky's on. Hey, Dan, how are you? We got Michael and we got Rob. All right, I know Dan was intrigued by the headline this morning. He was so excited when I put up the headline about killing people to save the planet, and that's coming up. But right now, let's talk about the January 6th hearings. Hey, have you noticed a word that has been removed from the media lately? No, it isn't Aunt Jemima, or retard, or even master bedroom. The word missing is insurrection. Have you noticed that it's no longer being called an insurrection? It is now being relabeled as the January 6th riots. Watch or listen to the news broadcasts about it, and you will notice the word insurrection is gone. We have all our thoughts and feelings on how this ridiculous event happened, as well as our conspiracy theories about the event. However, it's back in the news again as we approach the midterms, and Democrats are desperately looking for anything they can use to keep control. They continue to use the word riot as a way to knock the credibility of the Republican Party and call us Ultra MAGA. By the way, I have to tell you that I'm a proud member of Ultra MAGA. I even have the shirt and hat to prove it. Anyway, we've seen the latest to try to sensationalize the events of January 6th. Last week, I reported that Donald Trump was being subpoenaed to testify. In a scathing letter, though, he responded with these statements in a letter issued to Select Committee Chairman Benny Thompson, calling the committee members highly partisan political hacks and thugs, those whose sole function is to destroy the lives of many hardworking American patriots whose records in life have been unblemished until this point of attempted ruination, and called Congress' January 6th investigation a charade and witch hunt. Trump then urged Thompson and other committee members to examine the massive election fraud that Trump insists took place during the 2020 presidential election. YouTube, I'm just reading what Trump said. I don't want you to throw me off by thinking that I think it was election fraud, because we all know that the election was real and legit. Trump also defended his actions leading up to and during the January 6th Capitol attack, which were a point of scrutiny at the January 6th Select Committee hearing on October 13th. Trump claimed that the committee willfully ignored that he allegedly recommended and authorized thousands of troops to be deployed in the Capitol days before January 6th because he knew, just based on instinct and what he was hearing, that the crowd coming to listen to his speech and various others would be a very big one, far bigger than anyone ever thought possible. He then blames Pelosi and D.C. Mayor Bowser for the delay in the deployment of the National Guard to the Capitol during the January 6th attack, arguing that he did his job long ahead of schedule and the troops were ready to go. So Trump lauded the great American patriots who participated in the attack and said that they have had their lives ruined by the committee. You can search the actual letter on Google. It's an interesting read. But hey, Biden is finally chiming in as well. Biden made this statement: I've been going out of my way to not comment and see what happens, but I think it's devastating, he said. I mean, the case has been made. It seems to me fairly overwhelming. Remember when I said that the word insurrection is no longer being used? However, in June, Biden said this: the insurrection on January 6th was one of the darkest chapters in our nation's history, a brutal assault on our democracy, a brutal attack on law enforcement, some losing their lives, blah, blah, blah. He said this at a speech in June about inflation. Way to deflect there, Biden. As far as Trump testifying, there have been reports of rumors that say Trump would love to testify under the condition that it be live and televised. Anyway, the charade continues, and we all know that in a month it'll be over. Once the Republicans regain the House and Pelosi is put out to pasture, all of this goes away. By the way, I wonder if Pelosi's vendetta against Trump is more personal than politics. I'm kind of wondering if Trump may have stood her up in a blind date or something. It would explain a lot. Anyway, this soap opera will continue, and I'm going to go take a message. Let's go take a break here. We'll see you in a minute.
Okay, so you thought about buying and selling real estate. You've thought about investing in the stock market, but don't know where to start. Well, what if you could find a place to unlock strategies to master both real estate and the stock market, all without the headache? That place is Investor Schooling, hosted by Larry Steinhouse, an expert in real estate, financial literacy, and the ins and outs of the stock market. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate, and you will learn mastery of stock techniques such as options and covered calls. You will even get a chance to ask one of your burning questions to the stock options sultan, the master of picks and plays. Call 866-424-2829 for free information and receive a complimentary pass to attend classes, or register online at investorschooling.com. Don't delay. These passes are limited. So what are you waiting for? Call 866-424-2829. That's 866-424-2829. Or visit investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com.
All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse. And of course, if you'd like more information on Investor Schooling, you can go to investorschooling.com or call 866-424-2829. That's 866-424-2829. Hey, I want to welcome you back to the show. We are here live on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And you can also find repeats of the show on Rumble and Spotify. Please search Money Chat Now and Larry Steinhouse on Spotify. Like and subscribe there as well. And of course, if you'd like to connect to me in person, so if you'd like to talk to me, if you'd like to reach out to me, or you want to just know about my social media connections, go to contactlarry.com. That's contactlarry.com. All right, a whole bunch of people saying happy Monday, and I appreciate that. Thank you so much. We got Mike coming on. I like James said. He said Trump wants to put the committee on trial. Yep, absolutely. And Art's saying, good morning, Larry. Go Birds, Phils, and Flyers. Who are they? We'll get to that in a minute. You'll understand what I mean by that in a minute. All right, so far we've been discussing, of course, the market recap. We've been talking about the January 6th hearings because it's no longer an insurrection. It's now a riot. Ugh, what a riot. All right, coming up, we got El Salvador and Bitcoin, and we got Kill the People to Save the Planet. And then, of course, we have today's picks and plays. But first, did you guys hit the like button? Did you guys hit that share button? Come on, everybody, hit that share button. Dan, hit that share button. Mike, hit that share button. Art, hit that share button. James, hit that share button. Leave me a comment to say hi if you haven't already. And leaving a comment is the only way I know you're watching. So please share it. Come on. And like. Also hit that like button, too. And don't forget to order my new book. It's called Money Hacks, and if you ordered it, please leave a review on Amazon. So if you've actually ordered the book and read it, go to Amazon or go to BarnesandNoble.com and please leave a review. The reviews are coming in. They're awesome, but I could certainly use some more. All right, let's talk about El Salvador and Bitcoin. So about a year ago, El Salvador decided to experiment with Bitcoin being a monetary standard in the country. At the time, lawmakers in Central America's country, Congress voted by a supermajority in favor of the Bitcoin law, receiving 62 out of 84 of the legislature's votes. By the way, then the price of Bitcoin was $34,240. Shortly after the vote, it was shortly after the vote that the Bitcoin was $34,240, and this is how the law reads. This is interesting. The purpose of the law is to regulate Bitcoin as an unrestricted legal tender with liberating power, unlimited in any transaction, and any title that public or private, natural, or legal persons require carrying out. Anyway, it means that you can use Bitcoin. Because of this new law, prices can now be shown in Bitcoin. Tax contributions can be paid with the digital currency, and exchanges in Bitcoin will not be subject to capital gains tax, which is really interesting. Which is, by the way, this is a reasonable law. So we have seen the price of Bitcoin almost half since the law was enacted, and according to people living in El Salvador, not much has changed. One 37-year-old resident named Eduardo Acevedo, has found that the nationwide crypto experiment was relatively anticlimactic. He said, "I don't think anything has changed except for the country is more recognized than before. But the economic life of El Salvadorians remains the same or worse than it was a few years ago. El Salvador is in financial trouble, and they kind of hoped that this law would save them, and of course it didn't. Low adaptation is a big problem among the residents. The idea was being used to bring El Salvadorians together with a currency they could all use. By the way, it's currently the dollar. Think about that, right? But as I've said many times, the currency is too difficult to use. Paper money or coins will always be simple. Credit and debit cards add a small amount of difficulty to a transaction, but Bitcoin adds a whole other dynamic and difficulty, not to mention the constant fluctuation in price. So the citizens of El Salvador were offered a special wallet to use for transactions. They were also given approximately $30 bonus if they downloaded it. Well, 4 million people downloaded it, and now less than 1 million continue to use the wallet after spending the $30. Apparently, big chains like McDonald's, Starbucks, and most merchants at the mall will accept Bitcoin. However, it appears it's mostly tourists using the Bitcoin. My guess is that they're using it for the novelty of it anyway. A survey by the El Salvador-based El Instituto de Opinión Pública, a public opinion think tank, found that 7 in 10 Salvadorians do not think that the Bitcoin law has benefited their family economically. And in another survey of the Institute, it was found that 76 out of 100 small and medium-sized enterprises in El Salvador do not even accept the Bitcoin payments. So the experiment so far would be considered a failure. So, look, they tried to use it to bolster the economy and save the country from defaults, but it looks like it isn't going to work. I'm really wondering if they will default on bond payments and other debt obligations in the future. For that matter, I'm kind of wondering what's happening across the world. For those of you who don't know, the UK with their new prime minister, not because the new prime minister, but has a new prime minister, is on the brink of financial disaster. I've been monitoring this, and I'll let you know what's it all about in the future. But all this does lead me to believe that a global recession is coming, so be prepared. I'm going to tell you, buy hard assets and get them now. You're going to be very happy in 7 years from now, and remember, Bitcoin is not a hard asset. So be careful. All right, let's get into climate change solutions, or how dumb can Democrats be? Sometimes when I'm researching for the show, I just have to say, what the fuck? I come across articles all the time that blow my mind, and this report on how to deflect the sun rays is not only disturbing, but apocalyptic. The headline of a news article in CNBC reads like this: White House is pushing ahead research to cool the earth by reflecting back sunlight. All right, before I even read the article, I was disturbed by the headline. Cool the earth by reflecting back sunlight? Really? But wait till you hear about how they're going to do it. By the way, at first thought, I thought, wow, this is like a Star Trek episode where they put up a giant deflector in the sky. How cool is that? Of course, then I thought about all the things that could go wrong with that. But, it's still pretty cool. But no, that's not how they're going to do it. Are you ready with your gas mask in your basement? Because you're going to need it after you hear this one. One of the top ways to block the sun rays is spraying sulfur dioxide into the stratosphere. Yep, sulfur dioxide. Doctors and scientists, and of course people with common sense, feel that spraying sulfur dioxide into the atmosphere is known to have harmful effects on the environment and human health. But scientists and climate leaders who are concerned that humanity will overshoot its emissions targets say research is important to figure out how to best balance these risks against a possible catastrophic rise in Earth's temperature. Balance the risk? Seriously? By the way, when I did a search on what sulfur dioxide does to humans, I came up with these problems. Irritation of the skin, irritation of the eyes. Oh, and here's a doozy. Trouble breathing. By the way, here's where the ridiculous meets the insane. The scientists actually want to spray the sulfur dioxide into the atmosphere with planes. I know all you chemtrail conspiracy theorists are on the edge of your seat right now, but wait till you hear where this research came from. It turns out that when you burn coal, it produces sulfur dioxide, and that goes into The atmosphere. So the scientists discovered the idea of using the pollutant that they want to stop producing happens to be useful in blocking excess harmful rays of the sun. So if I have this right, they want to stop burning coal because it pollutes the atmosphere with sulfur dioxide, only to plan to add sulfur dioxide to the atmosphere that they just eliminated it from. And you think the anti-vax rumors are conspiracy theorists? This is a whole new form of stupid. A scientist who was interviewed as a pro-pollute the air by spraying sulfur dioxide into the atmosphere was quoted to say, "The sulfur is already being emitted from the burning of fossil fuels. It's causing environmental damage and is already killing between 10 and 20 million people a year due to respiratory illness," he said. So that's the way we already live, he said. He is insane. The motto of current scientists is let's kill the people to save the people. To save the planet. Look it up. If you think I'm crazy, this is real. Get your gas mask ready. Just imagine the future. We will have electric cars burning in our garages and driveways with no way to extinguish them, and then we'll have chemicals falling from the air to poison us. Look, the good news is we no longer need to be afraid of Russian nuclear weapons anymore. Clearly, we need to be afraid of American scientists. Wow, I'm wondering if a paper mask worn in a car will help us from getting sulfur dioxide poisoning. While you ponder that, let's take a break. Hi, I'm Larry Steinhouse, and one of the most misunderstood things in America is money. That's why I've written this book. It's called Money Hacks, because everything you think you know about money is wrong. And I'm telling you, everything you think you know about money is wrong. When you read this book, you will learn things about money that you did not know. You will even learn if money can buy you happiness. I have a full chapter dedicated to that. You're going to definitely want to read that. I talk about how to use other people's money to buy real estate. I talk about how to save more money, and I even talk about how to rebuild your credit score in this book. There are 22 amazing chapters in this book. This book is now available everywhere. It's available on Amazon. It's available on barnesandnoble.com. And you can order this book right now, and you'll have it in 2 days, and you'll start learning things about money that you never knew before. So order the book right now. Go to Amazon, go to barnesandnoble.com, and order the book, Money Hacks by Larry Steinhouse. Welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse. Hey, by the way, would you like to be a sponsor of the show? Your name and product will be delivered to hundreds of loyal listeners and watchers of the show. Hey, come on, be a sponsor. Let me know. We're always expanding our base. And by the way, if you want to be a sponsor, just reach out on Messenger, or of course, go to contactlarry.com, or go to contactlarry.com, or go to Messenger. All right. By the way, we have a Spotify channel. That's right. You can subscribe to the channel and listen to the breakout report. So the report you just heard, if you want to play it for your Dumbocrat friends, feel free to play it to them. Just go to Spotify and look for that one today. I'm not sure what it's going to be called, but it probably will be called something like, killing people to save the planet or something like that. All right. It's funny. I got some of the comments. You guys are like, unbelievable that you actually heard this. I don't know if anybody had heard this before, but it's insane. We got James from YouTube. He's on YouTube. He's going, fight pollution with pollution. Must be a Democrat, of course. We got Michael saying sulfur dioxide is odorless after a few minutes. At least you won't smell it when you die. Yeah, I guess you're right. It's insane. As I'm reading that, I'm thinking that I'm in some bizarro world. All right. We also talked about, of course, El Salvador and Bitcoin. That didn't really help much. And, of course, the January 6th riot, because it's no longer an insurrection. Coming up, we have today's picks and plays. But did you guys hit that like button? Everybody hit that like button. Hit that share button. Hit the like button right now. Go ahead. Tell all your friends about the show. Let them know how it's both entertaining and educational. Please share it on your page or in groups that you feel will also enjoy the show. All right, let's talk about what's going on now. I love earnings seasons. To me, it's like what the playoffs and Super Bowl is to my wife. Yep, this is my sport. Linda loves football and hockey. I love watching Wall Street go nuts over a good or bad earnings report. So here we are in the middle of it. For the most part, it's too late to pick any stocks before earnings. However, I still think there are some good plays or some good speculation plays left in the market. I still like Meta as a speculation play. It's struggling to stay above 130, and if the earnings come in better than expected, it should rocket to 150 or even 180. It just may not happen immediately, so keep that in mind. Google is another stock I think is way underpriced by about $30. Tesla, by the way, is going to continue to fall and will probably go to 100 within the coming months, or go below 100 within the coming months. Watch for that one. That's interesting. Some of these things to look at, but I got to tell you that cash may be on the sidelines as a play right now. So if you're not in, maybe stay out for a little while. But if you're in, kind of play it out and see how it goes. All right, let's see what the futures look like, and let's see what the day is signaling. Again, the Dow is up 329, the S&P is up 42, and the NASDAQ is up 151. So it's not that bad. It's a pretty good day. We'll see how it works out. All right, let's talk about crypto. Crypto is kind of boring right now. Bitcoin is a little above 19,000, and Ethereum is about 1,300. So it's kind of like, it's kind of like where it is. It's not really moving much. And because it's not moving much, I think it's going to start to drop pretty fast. Gold and silver, however, are not moving much either, at least for now. But gold is around 1,660, and silver is about 1,865. But you do have to just understand the difference between gold and crypto. Gold is a real hard asset, where crypto is an imaginary asset. I don't even know what you want to call it. Let's talk about the Treasury bond. The Treasury bond is hovering about 3.95%, and the average mortgage loan price is a fraction over 7%. Yike, man, that's really rough. Anyway, I'm going to think between 7.5% and 8% is probably where it's going to settle down, and you'll get bargains at 6.5%. So just watch for that as well. Oil is about $86 a barrel right now, and it's kind of steadying here, and the average gas price is about $3.88. Now, I'm seeing prices over $4 near me, so I'm kind of surprised the average gas price is still $3.88. So I don't know, whatever. It could simply be something else. Oh, real quick, here we got Bill online saying, could the poisoning of the air with sulfur dioxide just be the next step in the alien takeover? Are we transforming the planet for them? That was actually I think it was it was either a Twilight Zone episode or a Tales from the Dark Side episode that you're talking about, Bill. It actually sounds so familiar when everybody had the copper heads after a while. All right, I want to thank you all for watching Money Chat Now. We are live here every morning at 7:30 on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And you can also find repeats of the show on Rumble and Spotify. Go to Spotify, grab that last to talk about the sulfur dioxide, play it for your friends. My name is Larry Steinhouse. I am the host of Money Chat Now. I am the CEO of Investor Schooling. And remember, you can contact me directly at contactlarry.com. That's contactlarry.com. And of course, from time to time, I own some of the assets and options discussed in the show, and the opinions discussed in the show is solely mine, and no one asked me to discuss them. All right, you guys, have an awesome, awesome day.